posts of the causeway creak. Beneath my feet, the wood shuddered. Kossel ignored it, just kept stomping along in his bare feet and grey robe, exactly as he had every day since Rasambur, indifferent to rain or hail, washed-out sections of roadway, or even the immensity of the Shervian Delta spread silently beneath and before us, as far as the eye could see. "These people," Ella said, wagging a finger at the crowd around us, "look nervous." She was right. A few paces in front of us, a basket packer bent almost double beneath his load had quickened his pace, muttering something that sounded like a prayer. Beyond him, a woman was urging her husband to walk faster, pointing vaguely toward the east, where hot white clouds scraped over the sky. I felt my own pulse quicken, which was strange. I'd made peace during the long years in Rasambur with my own impermanence. My God's mercy and his justice didn't frighten me. I had learned to face the prospect of my own unmaking with equanimity, even with joy. At least, I thought I had. I discovered, standing on that pitching, swaying causeway, that coming back to the place where I was born had rekindled something inside me, some childhood instinct deeper than any epiphany. My mind might have been calm as the people around us mounted Panic's swaying ladder, but my body knew we had come back. My bones and blood recognized the thick reek of mud, the hot, salt air. "I will confess," Ella went on, "that I will be vexed if this marvel of Anurian engineering suddenly becomes less marvelous." Kossel shrugged. "We live until we die." "And yet," Ella added speculatively, "the best beds and finest plum wine in Dombang wait at the end of this causeway. It would be a shame to miss out." "You do understand," the old priest replied, glancing over, "that Rasambur's coin is not for the spending on frivolities and idle luxury." "Life is an idle luxury, Kossel. Before I go to the god, I intend to enjoy wine and a soft bed at every available opportunity, hopefully in the company of someone very beautiful and very naked." Then, before he could respond, as though in rebuke to Ella's hopes, the wind kicked up again, and the world lurched. Women and men hoisted their screams into the air, 10 dozen bright pennons flapping madly above us, as the quarter-mile span on which we stood twisted, shrieked, broke away from the causeway at either end, listed toward the west, and then, with a snapping of old wood, collapsed. It was a soft landing, all water or mud, which somewhere else might have been a comfort. Not here. When the fishers of Dombang who ply the delta channels talk about someone who has died in any way, alone in bed, at the tavern, stabbed in some back alley, they always use the same expression. He flipped the boat. To be boatless in the waters of the delta, the wisdom goes, is to be dead. Of course, the wisdom isn't quite right. Funny how often that happens. The Vuattan live in the delta somehow, well beyond the boundaries of Dombang. Occasionally, someone from the city itself survives. I remember Chuatunet walking out of the delta, bleeding but alive. It doesn't happen very often. All of which might suggest that the Shervian Delta would be a terrible place to build a city, but that, after all, was the point. According to the stories, Dombang's first settlers, the women and men who arrived among the house-high reeds thousands of years earlier, didn't come for the fishing or the sunsets. They came to hide. Harried by the Cassette stream near the end of those ancient wars, they fled into the rushes. The Cassette stream, some of whom had lived 5,000 years and more, died trying to follow. It could have been the snakes or crocs.